Welcome to the River course. This is a 4-part series for intermediate and advanced dancers, and we're working with movements inside a theatrical fantasy choreography that uses veil. The music is almost all instrumental, but it begins with a short passage of lyrics. The river is flowing down to the sea. I love the water, and I love being in the water. So I designed this dance to evoke different watery qualities like snaking, sheeting, tumbling, waves. I leave it totally up to you how you want to inhabit these movements. I will let you know that the lyrics are excerpted from a chant that is sometimes used in pagan and Wiccan and goddess-based spirituality. So if you want to conceptualize it in that direction, you can definitely dance this dance in full-blown goddess mode, or alternatively, or in addition, you can also think of this dance as an incredibly sexy lesson in earth science. As a matter of fact, I am in possession of a bachelor's degree in geography with a specialization in quaternary geomorphology. So I know a thing or two about watersheds, and I know a thing or two about belly dance. Who else can give you all of this sensual movement inside a riparian knowledge bomb? As with all of my general courses, this instructional program is designed as general continuing education. It fills the same role as a regular weekly class. You will have an opportunity to stay in good form by drilling vocabulary that's already in your repertoire. Hopefully you'll also gain some new vocabulary in terms of transitions. Sequencing moves maybe in ways that you haven't flowed through before. I mentioned that we are using veil, but we don't actually pick it up until lesson 3. Lessons 1 and 2, they don't use it at all. So depending on what your interest is, maybe you want to end early, or maybe you want to pick up midway through. We're going to dance a full choreography, but this isn't a choreography workshop. How much you prioritize memorizing the sequence of steps is totally up to you. Each lesson begins with a follow-along technique flow, and that part will stand on its own. At its conclusion, you can just end the practice there. If you continue to the second half, we will add a new choreography sequence to the material that we danced through previously. And we're using the choreography as a way to put the moves into context, into dance. We'll also be revisiting material that we learned previously, and this way you have a way to measure progress and to enjoy making progress. Because this program is designed for intermediate levels and up, the prerequisite for this course is all-around proficiency, but although my combinations don't have much repetition, we are working at a moderate tempo. So I think the basic framework of the dance should be within the capabilities of most dancers who have seen the moves before. You will need a good basic grasp of belly dance isolations, footwork, and turns, and veil technique, although if you need a little veil refresher, I have also put together a quickie intro to veil, and you can find that in the workshops section on this platform. Or, if you are a fluent dancer, there is great potential here to work on really elite body lines and arms, carriage, and presentation. If you are interested in the veil work component of the course, you will need a veil. I'm going to be working with a standard 3-yard silk veil. You, of course, are welcome to use whatever you have, whatever size or type of fabric that you like. But the timing of the air design reflects the qualities of silk. So if you're using something heavier and you're having trouble, consider a switch to silk, especially with some of the fast moves. If you have a lot of drag or you don't have the same suspension under the fabric, the timing might just not work out very well. If you plan to work with the choreography, you will probably also want some kind of dance shoe. I think that I just have very sensitive little toes, so you may be willing to put up with more friction than I am, but at least for me, shoes make a big difference. There's one more thing that you're going to need, and that is to provide your own warm-up. We do begin at a gentle pace, but you will still have a more safe and more effective practice if you take a moment first on your own to give your body whatever preparation it needs. If you're taking this course, it means you consider yourself to be at least an intermediate level, right? If that is true, then I am sure you don't need any convincing. But if you are a little ahead of yourself, then take this seriously. It's necessary to warm up before you begin the course. You can use a DVD from your collection, use a warm-up from this platform, or whatever personal routine you need. Finally, this should be obvious, but I want to make sure that I say very clearly that the dance that I'm teaching, this river dance, this is not traditional or cultural Middle Eastern dance. It's not appropriate for a traditional or cultural context or venue like a Middle Eastern restaurant or a nightclub or a cultural fair. If you'd like to perform the dance, please do, but make sure you're presenting it correctly as theater, as fantasy, and make sure that it is something your audience is expecting and that they want to see. Don't go and get yourself hired at a Moroccan restaurant and then pull this out in the middle of your dinner show. Your audience is just going to be confused. At best, they're going to be confused. At worst, they are going to think that you are disrespectful, or they're going to think that you're dumb. So don't do that. Don't be a dumb bunny. Be a smart bunny. All right, that's it. We are ready to go. I hope that you have all of the tools that you need for success, but if not, please do let me know. I made this program for you, but without students actually here with me in the room, I don't know if I have anticipated every question. So if something is missing, I'll be happy to add on to the series. Let's take a look at the dance. Thank you for joining me.